Good evening, folks, and welcome to Istanbul, Turkey. It's FIBA EuroBasket 2017. It's the quarterfinal between Italy and Serbia. Well, the winner of this game will go on to face a very good Russian team. That Russian team remained on track. It almost fell off it against Greece, but it got back on and won in the end of a very tight game. So now you have to wonder, is this Italy's year to finally get back to the semifinals? Or will Serbia continue to make headlines? There you see Russia winning it, 74-69, the first quarterfinal of the night. And now it's all about the Blues, the Azzurri and Serbia. And Serbia, of course, going back to 2009 when they played at the FIBA EuroBasket in Poland, have just been there or thereabouts every year, it seems, in the reckoning for a spot in the podium finish. That year they got to the final. The following year, the 2010 FIBA Basketball World Cup, in this very arena, they made it to the semifinals and then lost a heartbreaker to Turkey before falling to Lithuania in the bronze medal game. But Serbia obviously have been moving from strength to strength under Alexander Djordjevic, runners-up finishes at the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup, as well as last year's Olympics. They were fourth at the EuroBasket in 2015. And missing a lot of players, but there's one thing about Serbia, they just have that next man up philosophy, and they have put it to good use here, finishing first in their group and just doing extremely well. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching, folks. This is the FIBA EuroBasket, and it's the quarterfinal between Serbia and Italy. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Josh Davis, and we think we're going to bring you a good one here. It's the fourth and final quarterfinal of this FIBA EuroBasket. Josh, Serbia, we watched them play in Istanbul. They had some difficult moments. They lost the game to Russia, but all in all, they've been a tough nut to crack for everybody that they've faced.
Yeah, they're just a really, really tough team. A lot of depth, a lot of players that do a lot of different things, but obviously led by their star, Bogdan Bogdanovic. And they're getting contributions now for their big fellas inside. Bogdanovic had 14 points late against Hungary. Kuzovic was 17 and 10. So, tall order for Italy to have to match up with those two bigs. We expect Italy to be able to step up at least a little bit.
Here's Sasha Djordjevic, legendary player, really great player, and he got to be just as good at the coaching profession. And he's been singing the praises of Italy for a while. He thought even back in 2015 they might do something here. Italy are again bouncing back from last year's disappointment at the FIBA qualifying tournament in Turin, where they lost in the final to Croatia and ended up missing out on a spot in the Olympics. They bounced back, but still this is the big game for them, because if they get the win here, then they know they will play for a medal. Italy, if you look back at their results, won convincingly over Israel, the host, Tel Aviv. They really pulled away right at the end against Ukraine. They fell in a really tough game to Lithuania. And they also lost to Germany, but then they bounced back with a 2-point win over Georgia. And of course, the other night against a good Finland team, they got a great start, and they won it 70-57. They're coached by Tori Messina, a legend in his own right. And he's hoping to bring the good times back for Italian basketball. They have not been on the podium of a big event since the 2004 Olympics in Athens, when they finished, they got the silver medal under former coach Carlo Brancacaldi. We're going to have a pause in the commentary for the national anthems. have been played. Coaches shaking hands. We're getting pretty close. About ready to get it on here between Serbia and Italy. And we're going to get a look at the referees. Vicente Couto from Spain, Takaki Kato from Japan, and Thomas Jasavicius from Lithuania. There is Couto in the middle from Spain. And Takaki Kato from Japan on the left, and Jasavicius, the Lithuanian, on the right. So I'm going to now option to you, Josh, because I know you love this part of the broadcast.
I just love highlighting the players that we're probably going to see making the biggest difference in today's game. And that's obviously Bogdan Bogdanovic, first and foremost. He comes in averaging 19.3 points per game. He's got a lot of help. Stefan Jovic, a phenomenal point guard, 6 assists a game. And then the big guys inside, Kuzmic and Marjanovic, also tremendous, displaying a tough front court. And we see it's going to be Jovic, Bogdanovic, Vladimir Lucic, a great role player, and Bircevic and Kuzmic starting it off. Marjanovic coming off the bench. Meanwhile, for Italy, you see there Daniel Hackett. He'll probably start at the point guard spot. But the stars of this team are definitely Marco Bellinelli and Luigi Datome, with their ability to just create all kinds of shots and opportunities. Italy is able to win a lot of games. But can they get some production from the role players, Nicolo Melli, Kusin, Filloy? As we take a look at the starting five, again, Bellinelli and Hackett in the backcourt, Datome, the small forward, and then Melli and Kusin. These guys had a great start the other night against Finland. They built a 19-point lead at halftime and never really looked back. Finland, tried to cave their way back into it a little bit, but it was really a wire-to-wire win for Italy, and very much the same for Serbia. If you take a look at the split screen here, you see the two players we're highlighting. Melli, obviously a role player, a rebounder, but can also shoot from the outside. You see those stats. While Kuzmic, mostly known as a defender, a bruiser, so those 17 points were a pleasant surprise for Coach Djordjevic.
So Djordjevic was such a great floor general when he was a point guard for the Yugoslavia teams that were right up at the top, including winning the world title back in 1998 in Athens. Matches with the master, Ettore Messina. Now working in the NBA on the bench of the San Antonio Spurs. And in his second stint as the coach of this national team.
Jeff, you see a lot of Turkish fans in the crowd, as well as Italians and Serbians, of course, but a lot of Fenerbahce jerseys. Obviously, they have players on each side, with Luigi Datome from Italy and Bogdan Bogdanovic, obviously going off to the NBA, but the star player for Fenerbahce last year, they won the EuroLeague title.
Also, Nicolo Melli will be coming from Italy.
So a lot of investment here from the Turkish fans. Pretty great crowd. You can see it packed behind the benches. It's packed behind us as well.
You also have a lot of Serbia greats like Dusan Ivkovic, who's going into the FIBA Hall of Fame, is here right in front of us. Dejan Tomašević, Predrag Danilovic, Dejan Vodoroga. So it's all one big family when it comes to Serbian basketball. Good evening from Istanbul. It's the start of the FIBA EuroBasket 2017 quarterfinal between Italy and Serbia, and it's Italy that win the opening tip. And Italy will be looking for a fast start, just as they had against Finland. And Nicolo Melli over to Datome, takes a very tough shot to start things off here from the left corner. See the shooting percentages for the tournament for both of these teams.
The open looks that Italy got against Finland won't be so open here tonight with the Serbian defense.
Kuzmic. Lucic on the baseline and looks over, hoping a foul was going to be called, but nothing was given. Then the reach and the foul on Bircevic.
Number 14, Stefan Jovic, first personal foul in Giovanni and Turkey's first.
Again, it's tough to determine who's a clear favorite in this game.
I wouldn't say there's a clear favorite, but perhaps on recent tradition, even with their absences, you'd have to give the nod to Serbia. And they also finished first in Group D. But again, that's my opinion. Melli. And Melli turns and scores. You don't have to have a tremendous group phase to be successful at a tournament. And, you know, Serbia are a great example of that.
Italy obviously losing to Lithuania and Germany in the group phase.
But just as long as they win at knockout time. Here's Bogdanovic off the back of the iron. Bellinelli gets it to Melli. And Melli across to Datome. Hackett fakes. Cousine over to Datome on the right side. Hits the jumper, the three-pointer.
Datome can score in so many ways. Has the jumper working here early. Corner three.
Jovic takes it inside and then throws it away. So somebody's going to be trailing quickly on the break is Datome, and Vircevic got back. He got the hands up and prevented the layup.
Took his steps a little bit too early.
Kuzmic getting the start again tonight. Vircevic, he was at the Olympics last year with Bogdanovic and Jovic. Bogdanovic drives in, and Kuzmic with the offensive rebound, but didn't go up strong. He just kind of stood there.
Yeah, Kuzmic, again, coming off that double-double against Hungary. Showed a bit of a shooting touch around the basket, but not this time down.
So nearly 3 minutes into the game, and Serbia have yet to score. And now Jovic reaches in and commits the foul.
Hackett doesn't really look to score that much, only averaging 3.5 assists, but does a good job running this talent offense, which does create a lot of open shots. And if they're hitting the jump shots, they're so dangerous.
And, you know, the offense, the perimeter shooting particularly, I think, was a concern for Djordjevic after the group phase. And the pass, a little bit of miscommunication. And good hustle. Djordjevic gets on the ground to get the ball. Bogdanovic will be headed to Sacramento for the NBA next season into Kuzmic. Kuzmic, was that a pass or did he just lose? Did he fumble the ball away?
He was trying to draw a foul, clearly, but
yeah, that's what they're saying
here.
Yeah, he just had it knocked out of his hands by Datome, I think.
All the fouling
you can see Cousine's right eye. He took a shot. Must have been up in Tel Aviv. Shot clock winding down. Bogdanovic to Jovic. Bounce pass to Kuzmic and Hackett. He reaches in and fouls Kuzmic.
So Hackett almost in the right spot rotation-wise. Behind Kuzmic. Goes for the ball, catches a little bit of the arm to his surprise.
Hey, you see what he thought of that call? And now a foul called on Melli. And a little too much hand checking, perhaps. He's calling it tight, to put it mildly. So those calls have gotten Messina off the bench. And the pass thrown right into the hands of Marco Bellinelli. Melli pulls up at the line.
Serbia still looking for their first points.
Bounce pass to Kuzmic.
He was there.
And a charge. So that wipes it away.
Easy call there. You know Kuzmic not going to really make a move. More of a downhill player. And Tome rotates over outside the semicircle. That's a tough charge to be taking. Kuzmic, obviously a very, very sizable man. 2 meters, 13 feet. That brings Marjanovic off the bench. The better of the offensive players between those two.
So he's had some big games here in Istanbul, and now they're reaching the foul on Birtovic.
Number 14,
Milan Matchman will come into the game.
Yeah, Matchman has been starting, but only averages 2 points per game.
Matchman, you'll remember if you look at Birtovic go to the bench, had that big opening day performance against Latvia. That was a real classic that Serbia won 92-82. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists.
Probably had his second best game just against Hungary. Another 14-point performance.
Bogdanovic goes, puts it up off the glass and in.
Finally, Serbia able to get our first points. Almost 5 minutes into the game.
Melli passed up the 3, puts it up inside the arc. And a nice release from Melli, who just keeps getting better and better. Bogdanovic for 3, and a lot of rim. And Kuzin called for the foul on Marjanovic. That is his second. Trying to box out the Detroit Pistons big man.
Liga comes in for Kuzin. Also, the Liga much smaller.
Oh, they break down on the inbounds play. Bogdanovic capitalizes.
As I was saying, Beliga, not very tall, just 2 meters, about 6'7". Strong though, but that's going to be a tough matchup for Marjanovic.
Beliga played very well against Finland. And the jumper from Hackett. Marjanovic with the board.
Right away, Serbia.
And foul called against Italy. Ariel Falloy is going to come in for Italy, the point guard for Hackett. Also, Erodori is going to come in. Here's the foul called on Bellinelli.
And the free throw on to shoot 2. Stefan Jokic.
So slow start offensively for really both these teams, and we knew it'd be more of a defensive battle. All of Serbia's games feel like grinded out kind of games. I'm expecting to go inside with Marjanovic the next opportunity.
Micic is going to come in to spell Jovic at point guard. Floyd looks, gets it off to Gigi Datome. Shot clock down to 5. Floyd, oh, he's going to risk it. Has to put up a very difficult shot. Ball slipped out of his hands. And Coach Messina saying, Ariel, you had the jumper, take it.
Tried to challenge Marjanovic, thought twice about it, then the shot clock runs out.
So after the slow start, Serbia now with a chance to go in front for the first time in the game. Beliga guarding Lucic. Now Micic drives in, and Beliga, I'm not sure if he blocked it, but he certainly affected the shot.
Yeah, didn't give up on the play.
Melli for 2. And it's a very cold shooting start for both of these teams.
Double high action here from Serbia. Marjanovic finds the
nice
cutting
pass
Nicic.
from Marjanovic. Nicic lays it up.
Good offense. Good offense there from Serbia.
You get the double team. Do you think they should be double teaming Marjanovic that far away from the basket?
Well, again, if you're going to double team, the rotation has to come. You can't leave cutters unattended.
Aradore. And Serbia's defense playing excellent. Datome doesn't get it off in time, just in the nick of time. And a foul also has been called on Serbia. Djordjevic asking for the referees to go and look at it to see if he got off in time, but they can't, can they?
Yeah, it's not one of those reviewable situations. A strong take by Datome.
I thought he got off just in the nick of time.
Yeah, it was fine. No question. Baldi Rossi checks in. Hasn't had heavy minutes.
It's a late addition. Remember, this Italy team lost Danilo Gallinari, and Serbia trying to put pressure on the driver every time. So Italy back in front by 2. I mean, how good would this Italy team have been with Gallinari? We'll never know.
That's what the Liga can do, a little bit of activity.
And Lucic goes up strong.
He's the guy that really needs to not necessarily step up, but be a little bit more aggressive on offense. He can shoot, he can drive, but he's also a little bit unselfish to a fault in a lot of ways. Passes up shots that, I mean, he shoots, let's see, 62% from 3.
Yeah, he's got the tools, no doubt about it. Probably likes to, probably thrives in transition more.
Yep.
Fans hoping to see their Serbian team get back to the podium here. Lucic averaging 7.8 points, 5 rebounds. He's pretty solid across the board player. You don't measure everything that he does by stats either. He's great diving, great defender as well. Yeah. Diving for loose balls.
Djordjevic going to his bench early. Already 9 players have checked in for Serbia.
Baldi Rossi hands it off. Filoi for 3. Good! And his coach has told him to shoot it if he's open. So he obliges. Baldi Rossi, a little bit of a mismatch here. Marjanovic is going to back him up and put it in.
We've seen that all tournament long. Really impossible to block his shot. That's a little one-hand push shot. The field goal percentage from that shot is just tremendous.
Aradori probing. And good hands from Matchvan. Of course, the advantage, you talk about Djordjevic going deep to his bench, as you see Marjanovic's shot. You know, that was illustrated in the last game. Reporters asking Kostas Missis why he didn't go deeper to his rotation for Greece.
The hand that Marjanovic gets.
Jovic comes back into the game. Milosavic in the game as well. And Bellinelli for 3.
Bellinelli's never seen a shot he didn't like. Doesn't need much room, even with the defender all over him. Just one of the best shooters we have in the world.
And Beliga called for the foul on Matchvan. So free throws for Matchvan. Here's Beliga again. Matchvan making the most of that contact, yeah. Let the referee know there was some contact. Not bad numbers for Matchman in the tournament. Back to a 2-point game. Here's Filoy. And this time the foul called on Milosavljevic.
And the free throw line to shoot 2, Marco Bellinelli.
So right now it's Bellinelli's turn to keep the scoreboard ticking over for Italy.
Yeah, Italy will be happy if Datome and Bellinelli pretty much scored most of the points. But they will need those other guys like Filoy to give them 10 to 12. Melli again also 10 points, and they should be in pretty good contention.
Filoy's certainly been a pleasant surprise. He's done very well with this EuroBasket. And the Liga almost prevented that from happening. And again, once you get the ball inside of the skyscraper, Marjanovic, he's able to just hold it and look for the cutters. He's got a good view from up there. Look at this.
Again, that rotation just too late on the weak side.
At the line to shoot 2 free throws.
So Milosavljevic makes the first one. He's been very good for Serbia.
Really good defender, tremendous ball pressure on the guards.
And again, the stats for him don't do him justice. He doesn't really go out there to score, does he?
And again, that's what's great about this Serbian team. Guys understand their roles. They obviously, Bogdanovic, you know, Bogdanovic is the go-to guy. Jovic, the setup man, strong defender. Marjanovic is your inside force. The rest of the guys just kind of pick their spots.
Out the door with the shot clock winding down. He's going to have to launch it. Nope. Baldi Rossi and short. And a 2-on-3 break. And Matchman decides to hold it up. As the final seconds tick off the clock, they get it to Marjanovic. Oh, he missed a dunk. And then Milosavljevic is going to draw the foul. So a break here. Watch this.
Kind of a fadeaway dunk, and he falls down. You see
That's
Milosavljevic.
I'm not so sure about that. I think he sold that one as well. I think Filoy certainly not getting the rub of the green on the 50-50s. Italy right now on some of these calls. So that free throw ties it, and Messina is going to have a word again, probably with the referees after that.
Long ball
2 seconds. And Bellinelli launches it. Oh, close. Close but no cigar. And Jaspericius is talking to Messina. He wants an explanation, and I think, to be quite honest, he's entitled to it. What do you think of these numbers, Josh? Italy have the 3 3-pointers, which is what you'd want.
Yeah.
And Serbia getting to the line a lot.
Yeah, we knew that Serbia was going to put the pressure on this Italian team. They've got the size, a little bit more of like, you know, we won't say a tougher team necessarily, but definitely like to play more physical. Italy more perimeter oriented, but guys like Bellinelli and Datome have shown that they can play some inside defense. But Serbia just relentlessly attacking the basket, putting pressure on the defense, getting to the foul line. They were in the bonus for about 6-7 minutes of that quarter. You did mention the lack of outside shooting we've seen from Serbia. Could that cost them down the line, whereas Italy loves to shoot threes and they start falling down? Could spell trouble. 3 different guys so far have hit threes for Italy.
Well, we've already watched Russia today. It's a nice view from the rail camp. We've already watched Russia today come from behind. They trailed by 13 points against Greece, and they came back and took the lead in the second half. They had to hold on for their life if they wanted to advance to the semifinals. So the winner of this game will face Russia. It'll be Spain taking on Slovenia in the other semifinal.
You have to assume that Serbia is just licking its chops at another chance with Russia. Letting that first one slip away by 3 points. That would be a great semifinal, but Italy not going to go down easy. Nice cut.
Dump, and Jovic.
That's what Bogdanovic has done a better job of throughout the tournament, increasing his assist numbers. He's had a couple of 8 or 9 assist games. So really forcing the issue a little bit offensively in the first couple of games.
Back it over to Bellinelli in the corner, and he was fouled by Bogdanovic.
Nice pitch. Dump off pass for Bogdanovic to Jovic. Just floats it over the 2 big men in the middle.
So Italy led 17-14 after Bellinelli 3. And right now, they trail 20-17. So they're trying to stop this 6-0 run. And it tracks, and Melli is going to hit a 3 late in the shot clock.
Nice pass.
To Kuzmic, and Kuzmic makes with ease.
That's kind of the 3-player pick and roll. Jovic almost made a touch pass to the cutting Kuzmic. Strong finish.
And the pass intercepted by Lucic. Cena wants a timeout on the next dead ball.
A lot of dribbling here from Bogdanovic.
He's back in the game with the 2 fouls for Italy. Bogdanovic for 3. And Bellinelli couldn't quite get it. And that's going to be goaltending.
Bails out Bogdanovic about 20 seconds.
So Messina gets the timeout. The teams retreat to the benches.
Mi secca dirlo, non ci stiamo credendo abbastanza. Se facciamo rosso sul pick and roll, bisogna togliere questo passaggio e questo passaggio.
Offensive rebounds for Serbia.
2 passaggi di uscita bisogna
6
togliere.
points and 0.
Non devi vampare. Non devi vampare, devi togliere il cazzo di passaggio. E questo
Serbia getting a lot better looks, aren't they?
Capisci? Comunque adesso facciamo
Kamere,
They
znači
don't
odavde
really want to take too many threes.
Meli ovdje
Bogdanovic offers the
Bellinelli,
exception to
napad
that.
out liniju, ovo je.
A lot of their action is towards the
Kamer,
basket.
preuzimajte,
Jovic
preuzimajte.
penetrating and
Hej,
finding guys
hej,
against averaging 6
naša
assists
prva,
a game.
naša prva L4,
Or
ali
Bogdanovic
nastavljamo,
posting up,
luču
Lachman
oču
posting
i
up,
nastavljamo sa
Lucic
hand off.
driving. And they want a lot of their action going towards the basket. See Bellinelli unable to secure the defensive rebound. Lachman gets the ball to the backboard, and Hussein, who is a pretty good rim protector, just not the right timing there. You can only knock the ball off if it hits the rim and tap it, not off the backboard.
Hackett back in the game. Aradori, Melli, Benanelli, and Cousine.
Obviously, Hackett had his 4 years at University of Southern California, Pac-12. 3 years. 3 years.
Aradori into Cousine. Oh, and Kuzmic went up and got the block. And this time the pressure led to Cousine. And now shooting over the rim, and he's picked up his 3rd foul. What a bad sequence that was for Cousine in Italy.
Well, the first shot was blocked, and the second shot he missed because he was worried about getting blocked. You see here Kuzmic pinning it.
He was going for the dunk.
Second time, 2 other guys contesting as well.
Burns has come into the game, Christian Burns, and now the defense leads to the turnover from Bogdanovic. Hackett passes it back out to Aradori. Burns gets the rebound, goes up strong, and interestingly, Burns seems to be a good fit for this to face this Serbia team with that physicality.
Well, he hasn't scored in the tournaments. That's his first basket, and what a timely time to have it. Every point so valuable, so hard to come by.
Serbia don't mess around. They want to talk about this.
Okay. Desno. Ej, bez ta flash. I još je od 2 strana flash. Šta god, bez ta flash. Ajmo, lakše, ali idi pasom. Pas. Sačekaj bocu tu unutra. Pa ovo, pa da idemo, da izađeš, pa onda ga gađemo. Okej, vaterpolo.
Taglia veloce. La palla è a Mello qua. Chris, you're here. 3 and 5. Marco, un bel curve, forse un layup. Dopodiché, Gigi. È chiaro? È chiaro? Ok? Se non hai tiro, passa subito a Chris qua. Ok? Qua, forza. 1, 2, 3.
Good eye draw.
Christian Burns, born in Trenton, New Jersey, in fact. Played with Cantu in Italy at the Quinnipiac. Played basketball there for a couple of years, also at Philadelphia University.
Quinnipiac Bobcats, good old Connecticut, hotbed for basketball in college ranks. So here comes Jovic now. It always seems to be under control.
They did put a little pressure on him last possession. Now to Marjanovic, look at Burns. And Burns got a lot of ball, and Kato calls the foul.
See here, yep, hand right over the ball. Tough call there from Christian Burns. Marjanovic, another one of these bigs who has a soft touch at the free throw line, comes in at 88%. He's 2 meters 21, 7'3", 88%.
But when he releases the ball, it's closer to the basket than for most people.
Didn't work for Shaquille O'Neal.
Is that right? That's true.
Poor Shaq.
Another FIBA Hall of Famer coming up in the next class, 2017 class, Shaquille O'Neal.
Nice find from Melli.
Hackett hits the 3 from the left corner.
A little bit of breakdown defensively there from Serbia. You don't see that too often where the guy's wide open.
Bogdanovic puts up a 3. Nails it. No, that was a 2.
Yeah, Serbia yet to hit a three-point shot. Hasn't hurt them yet. With Italy's 5 threes, if they can stay hot.
Benanelli puts up a 3, short.
Marjanovic, too big inside.
Asking the referee to call the push. That's going to be a tough matchup for him. So his height gives away to Marjanovic. Hackett behind the back pass.
Can't do that right, Jovic.
Hands of Jovic. Streaks down the other end for a layup. And with that, Tori Messina calls timeout. And Serbia have the bit between the teeth right now.
Yeah, Jovic so dangerous in the open floor. Remembered a couple of games ago, he dunked on a fast break over the guard who was trying to cut back in. So he sees daylight. He's going straight for the rim.
Abbiamo bisogno di avere pressione sulla palla perché qua sta facendo i passaggi dentro. Okay? Abbiamo bisogno di avere un po' di pazienza in attacco, di non essere così coglioni a voler risolvere i problemi in 5 secondi. Abbiamo bisogno di una maggiore determinazione, di capacità di soffrire. Capacità di soffrire.
Dai, sali ragazzi, tranquilli. Dai. Ajmo 4 strana na drugu. Joki odavde.
Well, it stands to reason it's got to happen at the defensive end.
4 strana.
You can't also turn the ball over against Serbia. I mean, it's just, if you turn the ball over, they're going to punish you. They've got 4 points after turnovers.
Yeah, in a game where half-court offense hasn't led to that many points for Italy, any opportunity you get, at least get a shot is much, much better than a turnover. Italy shooting just 9 of 22 so far, 41%. Meanwhile, Serbia doing just all their damage inside. No outside field goals from outside their arc.
But the Kuzin foul trouble is that is a massive issue for Italy. They do have Meli out there who plays big. And Burns. And Meli's actually the biggest player in the court right now. And Bellinelli misses, but the long ball goes out to him again. He's going to take it. That's a 2.
You know that's a shooter. No hesitation on the second attempt. See the rail cam following the action.
Matchman takes the shot, and Datome called for the foul on Marjanovic. So Marjanovic is the focal point of the attack right now for the Serbia team.
Yeah, any offensive rebound opportunity you see, he's able to just reach for it.
That is the first foul on Datome.
You see the difference again when Serbia inserts Matchvan and Marjanovic for Kuzmic and Vrčević. Yeah, much, much better on offense, better flow.
Offensive foul called on Marjanovic.
Offensive foul, Eugene foul, number 51, second personal foul.
Left arm hits Christian Burns right in the face. Thank you.
He says, you didn't like that, did you? No, he did not.
Think about Marjanovic, he's so big, but he's known as one of the nicest guys in basketball. That's a tremendous Instagram account. A lot of videos on there. Hilarious.
Hackett goes behind his back. And Datome, not sure he got it off in time, doesn't matter. Bogdanovic holds up. His hands up for the Italians. Lucic for 3, good!
That's why I was telling you, Jeff, he needs to shoot more. But he's always within the flow of the offense. That was another nice pass from Marjanovic.
Yeah, he doesn't go looking for his shot.
Look at that denial on that Tome.
Just calling for the foul.
Yeah, that Tome leads into him. As you see here, the nice. That's what you always teach bigs that. Look opposite when the ball goes inside. Lucic steps up and knocks it down.
Sabjevic comes in, but Bogdanovic goes out. Bellinelli comes up top. And he's got Jovic on him. Melli. And good hustle from Burns. Couldn't quite get to it. Game's starting to get away from Italy.
Burns almost able to secure the offensive rebound.
Milosavljevic, mid-range. Lucic there with the rebound, goes up and misses. Look at him crash the board. Serbia.
And Serbia able to dominate the offensive rebounds here so far. Already with 7.
Matchvine for 3. Good.
Always pays off. Crash the glass.
It cost Italy in a big way. 3 more points. 11 is the lead.
Milosavljevic. Good switch here.
Burns from deep. Good.
I'm sure that wasn't on the scouting report. Christian Burns able to knock down the outside 3. Hasn't taken one all tournament.
Well, remember, he said he hadn't scored until tonight.
So those 5 points from Burns, so helpful.
I don't know what Messina's going to do. I mean, he's got to come up.
Hey, hey.
I mean, more full court pressure, more trapping. What can they do? Look at Serbia with those offensive rebounds. Got to take care of that part of the
Serbia has the game many offensive rebounds as Italy has total rebounds. Obviously an issue. But Italy's done such a great job throughout the tournament creating shots for their go-to guys, Datome and Bellinelli. Really, those are the 2 guys you just got to find ways to get open, whether it's consecutive screens. And just on that last action, how good Lucic and Milosavljevic are at chasing guys off screens. You can't give a team like Serbia a second chance, third chance in this case. It will punish you.
You saw the shooting percentages. Serbia 59% inside the arc. Hit a couple of threes now. Italy do have the 6 threes, and that will always potentially keep them in the game. But again, they can't afford to turn the ball over against this Serbia team. And they've got to start taking care of the rebounds at the Serbia end of the floor.
Just 3 free throws also for Italy. Meanwhile, Serbia 12 of 12.
So some full court pressure. And they're going to drop back. Brings it over. Baldi Rossi, the hand in the face of Matchvine. And Matchvine gets in, then fumbles it away into the hands of Burns, so the strategy worked. Datome, good! Matchvine looked a little suspect handling the ball.
Yeah, you don't want Matchvine dribbling that much on a perimeter. A post-up is a different situation, but not really a driver.
Jovic uses his feet and ends up with the hands of Marjanovic, and he ends up losing it over to Milosavljevic, and then Marjanovic gets it back and misses an easy one, but he gets fouled.
Hackett,
I think he was going in this
living up to his name there.
So Datome hits that 3-pointer to cut it back to a 5-point deficit. Hackett will come out. He's got 2 fouls with 1:40 to go. Floyd will bring the ball up the floor, presumably. Well, what a luxury it is to have players that can make free throws. As you see Hackett sitting on the bench there. You saw Greece get really punished by that. I mean, they really shot themselves in the foot with a lot of missed free throws in their quarterfinal defeat to Russia.
There's so many stats you can look at, but one of the most telling stats is free throws. Not just the makes, but how many attempts you get. That's usually the more aggressive team, that team tends to win.
Burns takes a very difficult three, had to readjust his shot.
Double clutch three from Christian Burns. Again, I don't think that's what Messina's drawing up in those timeouts. It's just the Serbian defense really making it hard for these guards. Nice cut.
Oh, what a play from Serbia that was finished by Lucic.
Another assist from Bogdanovic.
Will come back in. Again, the hands from Lucic. Very long arms. Long body all around. And now it's Bogdanovic and Serbia can land a dagger here if they can score. And Datome fouls Kuzmic. And they're just in command.
Does go for the ball, came down hard, obviously. Nice pass from Bogdanovic. Lucic, we mentioned it, just such, he's a coach's player. He'll do anything it takes to win. Love having guys like that on your team, not just as a coach, as a teammate.
Look at that. I mean, this stat here is very impressive. 15 of 15 for Serbia at the free throw line. Now 16 of 16.
Plus 14 at the free throw line for Serbia. Lead is plus 11, so.
And that's why he makes the foul. And one to give. He's first.
Melli again had a quick start against Finland. 10 points in the game, but 2 threes in that first quarter. Quick start to this game.
He stepped over backcourt. Yeah, they didn't see it. He definitely, his foot went over the backcourt line. And that's what Djordjevic is arguing. Look at this. Watch his right there. Yep.
We saw it.
Djordjevic saw it as well. Siloy. Bellinelli. And it's been that kind of half for Italy. Serbia right now fairly comfortable. 44-33 on top of Italy at halftime.
I'm really curious to see what kind of adjustments Messina makes at halftime to make the offense flow a little bit better. Serbia is just so aggressive defensively. Ball pressure, or guys coming off screens, not giving any room to Italy's offense. And look at that rebounding stat, 22-7. Dominant inside. 13 assists to 7 obviously for Serbia. Taking care of the ball. Both sides pretty even there.
The free throw shooting is it's been a killer. It's been a problem. Serbia got to the line in the first quarter, and they got to the line in the second, and they have capitalized in a big way. 16 of 16 at the stripe and just 2 of 3 for Italy. The winner advances to face Russia in the semifinals. It's 44-33 Serbia at halftime. We'll be right back. 44-33, Serbia on top of Italy at halftime. It's been another machine-like performance from the Serbians, methodical, all down to execution on offense, very clever. Perhaps I would suggest getting a couple fouls called early in the game, and shooting very well from the free throw line. What can you say? 16 of 16 at the charity stripe. Italy have only attempted 3 free throws, and they're 2 of 3. So that is a big part of the game. And I don't know what you think, Josh, about trying to turn this thing around for Italy. They've got a distinct size disadvantage in the low post, whether it's Kuzmic or Marjanovic in the game for Serbia. Kuzin already has 3 fouls. So surely you've got to think about changing your defense around and a little bit more pressure.
It's tough when you have a considerable size disadvantage.
Okay, pazi
You
ono
go
low post.
small and kind
Ej,
of risk
ako je trojka,
really getting
trojka
onto the
primi na
boards,
low
but at least
postu,
you're
četvorka
playing
mu je ovo, to
faster,
su vrata.
maybe you're getting
To su
guys
vrata,
like
okej.
Marjanovic, out of their element because they don't want to be running up and down. But then again, you have Kuzmic, and that was that Steve you haven't seen yet. So, going small ball, they kind of went to a little bit with Christian Burns at the 5. Didn't help much. It's hard to say, again, but if Italy knocks down so many more of their threes, then all of a sudden they're right back into this game. They've missed 10 of their 17. 7 threes and a half is not bad, but they're going to need much more than that. They're going to need at least, I'd say, 10 more threes in the second half to make it close. Tome obviously lives on the perimeter about Bellinelli as well. It's going to be a tough game, honestly, for them.
I mean, if you've hit 7 threes, 7 of 17. And Serbia 2 of 6, but you're down 11. Clearly, that can't be the right strategy.
Right. I mean, there is no kind of right strategy. Maybe you go zone to combat that, or you double team the post every time it goes in. But Marjanovic is so big that he just sees over that.
The second half underway. Italy starting with possession. Tatome passes to Hackett. Meli open, had a Serbian Bercevic flying right at him. More of the same. I mean, you're a Torre Messina. You're one of the best coaches in the world. You're going to come up with something, aren't you?
Yeah, and again, ball movement for them has been the key in the passes. The lob goes up and it's way over. Also didn't realize Bercevic had
that kind of hop.
Yeah.
I think he can get up, but maybe not that high. And Jovic picks up the foul. Second foul on him. Nobody in foul trouble for Serbia. Kuzin does have the 3 for Italy.
Again, obviously we've done all of Serbia's games. We know that they're just tough. They play tough defensively. They don't give up anything easy. You have to earn every single, not just basket, but shot attempt.
Hackett splits the D again, gets another foul. A quick one on Jovic. That's 3.
That's one way. You keep attacking, putting pressure on the defense, drawing fouls, get to the free throw line, which you haven't done at all.
So Micic will come in for Jovic. We'll do the same thing with Micic. Neither Micic nor Jovic would you describe as offensive-minded. Both more playmakers. It's Kuzin for the two-handed rim rocker.
And making those kind of momentum plays. This game is by no means out of stretch for Italy.
Pass over to Bercevic. We saw Latvia come out a little flat last night in the third quarter. And Micic gets in. They simply cannot keep Kuzmic off the boards. Kuzmic and Marjanovic.
Yeah, obviously how can they get back into this game if they force turnovers, get some easy opportunities. It's another way.
Meli gets inside, but well short.
Good defense there from Bercevic.
Bogdanovic pulls up for 3. And now Italy with a chance to run. Nope, Serbia will get back. Datome for three, and again, no offensive rebound.
The other worrisome part for Italy is that Bogdanovic hasn't really gone off yet, and you know that at any given point, he can reel off 10, 12 straight points in a 3 or 4 minute stretch.
Yeah, he's 3 of 8 right now. 0 of 4 from three-point range. This was Cuisine with the dunk that got the Italians on their feet. But it's still Serbia, but with an 11-point lead and possession. And now Kuzmic's pass goes out of bounds and hits the rail cam.
How dare he? Does he know how much it costs? You also kind of want Hackett to be a little more aggressive.
There's the rail cam. Look at that view. So, seems to be functioning okay. Here's Bellinelli into the corner to Datome. Ooh, and draws another foul. This will be the 3rd foul on Serbia in the quarter.
See here, Lucic.
So yeah, it's a clear foul on Birčević. Got him on the wrist. But what's he already in the shooting motion is the question.
There's 2 steps. Consider the shooting motion. And Gigi Datome now in double figures. The first player for Italy, actually first player in the game in double figures. Talk about it at halftime. Serbia is so methodical, offensively, defensively. Djordjevic always talks about how he's proud of his players because they really play the way that he wants them to play. Systematic.
The Liga comes up on Micic. Now the dump to Kuzmic, and again, just no answer at all for the bigs down low. 8 points for Kuzmic.
Saw that every Serbian player was intent on getting the ball inside. Saw the mismatch and exploited it.
Out to Bellinelli, steps into a 3. And Matchman out, races
the
to
post.
ball. He's posted up and puts it in off the glass. Their biggest lead of the game, 13 points. The size disadvantage.
Any mismatch, they're going to go right at them.
Bellinelli. You remember those great Italian teams of about 12 years ago when they had Gregor Fuchka, they had Dennis Marcanato, Giacomo Galanda. I mean, those were big guys. And look at this. And Lucic scores, and the lead is ballooned to 15 points. This Italy team just does not have that size.
Definitely not. And speaking of size, Marjanovic is going to check back into the game.
They're going to get even taller. Pass to Bellinelli, and he gets it off and draws the foul. Kuzmic.
Nice pass inside though from Ellie.
Boy, that was a terrific finish by Bellinelli.
Barely seemed to have his grasp of the ball. Catches it, puts it up right away. Knows that Kuzmic is coming for the block. Kuzmic giving them some great minutes. You mentioned those 8 points. Also 4 rebounds.
Aradori picks up the foul. Well, this is a battle, isn't it, for Italy? I mean, they are just having to dig deep. I would be tempted to go into a tight 2-3 zone. Bogdanovic.
There's again another offensive rebound.
And then he gets in, just lays it up and in.
Very similar to Mozgov in terms of having that size and skill and patience.
I mean, he's unrivaled though in terms of being able to just kind of like extend his hands and just put the ball over the basket. Bellinelli. Oh, good tip from Baliga.
A little hang time there from Baliga. Goodness me. Bellinelli is 1 of 9 for 3. Very unlike him. Obviously came in shooting 51% for 3, so.
An offensive foul called on Lucic.
You see here puts the shoulder down. Tough call definitely, but Baliga takes it right in the chest.
What would you say, that was a 50-50?
You know, they're down 12. But Baliga played defense correctly, moved his feet, took it in the chest, fell down. It's hard to call it a block.
Baliga's going to put up a jumper. Good. 2 consecutive plays made by Baliga.
He hit one of those against Finland. Showing the outside touch.
He's got some strength. He looks pretty well chiseled. Also a touch, Bogdanovic. And a long rebound. It's not bad enough they're dominating inside, they're getting long rebounds. Now Matchman's going to try his luck against Baliga. Now he's going to pull back.
Hasn't missed too many of those. So effective in the post.
Find Bellinelli. It's going to be Filoy.
No timeouts called yet in this half. Here's Marjanovic inside again.
Per foul on Filoy now. So 3 fouls on Italy. Serbia have already committed 5. And the same talking to Bolto. Here is Guduric replacing Bogdanovic. So outgoing Fenerbahce player played here in Istanbul, being replaced by the incoming Fenerbahce player, Guduric. And Filoy got his hands on that from Micic, but then Micic was able to get it back.
But look at how hard Melli has to fight Marjanovic.
This time the ball just slipped out of Marjanovic's hands. So you're right, the battle from Melli paid off. Aradori. It's good. So the jump shot cuts it back to 8 points now.
Italy just hanging around.
His first 2 of the game, Aradori. Melli has the tough assignment on Marjanovic. And a foul, I think, is going to be called on Kato.
Yeah, he's definitely fighting inside, but Marjanovic basically a brick wall. He's going to come out now, which is a huge relief.
They will like
Italy.
As much as we like Stimats, I think Italy will like going up against him more. Doesn't have quite the same height. So now is Italy's chance. The distinct advantage that they've had in that low post is now out of the game. Both Kuzmic and Marjanovic. Although they have to deal with a fresh Kuzmic. Micic for 3, misses badly. Oh, they've called a technical foul on Messina. I'm sorry.
He was from the bench.
No, I think it was on mid. Oh, maybe it was. I mean, well, certainly Messina was talking to him.
It's so tough after you just had a stop. Going back the other way with a chance to cut it down to 6 or 5.
So they lose possession. Oh, it was on the bench. You're right, not on Messina.
Looked like Hackett got up a little too aggressively. Djordjevic almost smelling blood here, puts Bogdanovic back in the game for the last couple of minutes of the third quarter. Good hands.
Good D from Melli.
Tell you what, Melli's competing. No question about that.
Now Bellinelli's going to go right down the lane. Baliga with the follow this time. Couldn't tap it in. Italy being persistent. Matchman. Tough move against Melli. Dory finds his way in and is fouled by Guduric. So free throws for Dory. Cuisine and Datome will come back into the game for Italy.
Knocks him down. See how Bellinelli gets to the basket. The Liga couldn't quite tip it in. You realize Matchman screams every time he scores, right?
Yeah, he does. He's excitable.
He's passionate.
This gets it back to a 10-point deficit. On balance, Italy, okay, they've struggled, but you know they have not given up the fight. That's the most important thing. And now they've got it back to single digits.
Yeah, Serbia just hasn't been able to pull away in this quarter. Italy with a 2-point advantage in the third.
Now Kuzmic back in to match Cuisine.
Neither team hitting a 3 this quarter. Obviously, after the game we saw yesterday, Slovenia-Latvia, with a 3-pointer was just such a weapon.
Bogdanovic still can't get it to go. Look at the battle for the board, and Matchman finally are able to get the rebound for Italy. Italy breathe a sigh of relief. Chance of Italia ringing throughout the Sinan Erdem Arena.
They can get this shot in right here.
Aradori short. Final minute, the third quarter. Bogdanovic.
There it is.
Aradori reached in.
3 shots.
The three-point shooter.
So we didn't have it last game. We have it in a huge moment here. It's actually might have been on the line. He's so good at that, where he feels the defender behind him, so he just stops and pulls up. The defender's momentum just carries him to a foul.
It's not really the right. I mean, you got to gamble a little bit when you're trailing, but do you want to be reaching in from behind? You got to, especially Bogdanovic is not. He's been struggling from three-point range.
Yeah, he's definitely been a little bit
Tonight,
off.
anyway.
You can't really affect the shot from behind unless you meet him at his kind of apex and kind of flick it from behind if you're trying to block it, but reaching in is just not going to help. Referees are going to give you that call.
Back to an 11-point lead and a 5-second differential on the game clock, the shot clock. Back to Datome for three.
Not falling right now.
Milosavljevic. Bogdanovic has it. Puts it up for three. And fortunately, for Italy. Look at that. That will not count. But finally got to go in the basket. Maybe that's a sign of things to come. At the end of 3 quarters, though, Italy are trailing Serbia 59-48. Watch this. Eridori.
So casual. Swishes it.
(59-48). Serbia on top. So you talked about the need for Italy to improve their three-point shooting. Well, at halftime, that's what you said coming out at the start. They were 7 of 17. And you just saw that stat. They are 7 of 24. So they missed all 7 attempts from three-point range in that quarter.
Yeah, it's just not going to cut it, honestly. I told you they're kind of living by the 3, dying by the 3. Granted, they were still able to score 15 points in that quarter, the same number as Serbia. But when you try to cut into a deficit, you got to pull ahead somehow. And Italy so far is 17, 16, and 15 points by quarter. So again, Serbia's defense making it hard. Italy just shooting 37% from the field.
The only saving grace really for Italy is that Bogdanovic has not, as you said, has not gotten it going. Because if he had, look at Dejan Bodiroga there. He used to play in these types of games, didn't he?
I mean, for me, he was top 5 European legends.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so, but he was
well, it's just his move. I love the
player.
Bodiroga move that Ginobili eventually brought over to the NBA.
Bogdanovic
Here he comes.
Two-pointer.
You know what I'm talking about, right? He would throw the ball out ahead and then bring it back. No one.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to visualize what you're talking about.
YouTube it. Bodiroga move.
Okay.
Something to do tonight.
I remember him in '97 at the EuroBasket in Barcelona. He was awesome. That was my first. Here's Hackett. And then '98, he was outstanding at the World Cup with Djordjevic as his teammate. That was in Athens, but that one was marred somewhat by the NBA lockout. Guduric to Kuzmic, who backs his way in, and ball goes off of Kuzmic and out of bounds.
Let's see here. Kuzmic got fouled at all. Oh, Hackett, all ball, does go off Kuzmic's knee. Good call by the referees.
I would say top 5 is a little lofty. I would say maybe top 20.
Okay.
I'll give you that. But even then, you know, everything's arguable. It's opinions. And there's Bellinelli, goes right down and rejected by Kuzmic.
Erased.
Yes.
Just, wow. Kuzmic sending it into the first row to courtside VIP here.
SWAT City.
That's what you call rim protection.
And Beliga gets it, and he's going up. That will not count. Kuzmic picks up the foul. Number 3 on him. Marjanovic only has 1 foul. Vucic is going to come back into the game. He's got 2 fouls. Kind of an interesting player to watch. Beliga, isn't he? Moving forward.
Are you a believer in Beliga?
I'm a believer in that Beliga is not beleaguered.
Always managed to outdeal me.
No. You were the wordsmith.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Again, plays much bigger than his size.
Shot clock winding down. Bellinelli takes an extraordinarily difficult shot. And then Datome gets the rebound. I mean, the Serbians were there in position and didn't get the rebound. And Italy just kind of hanging around, but they've got to get stops.
Again, Serbia's living dangerously right now.
Just can't get that run, Italy, though. They're looking for that run. Look at this. They just keep putting the pressure on them. This time, Bogdanovic. Now he's starting to shift it into a higher gear. $12 points for Bogdanovic. And Bellinelli turns, puts it up. That's a sign of a good player. I mean, he gets rejected. He's going to go right back at the rim.
Yeah, he's attacking the basket a little bit more now. Still just one of, I believe, 9 or 10 from 3. 1 of 9. So the shot's not falling. You have to attack the basket. You see Kuzmic.
Oh, took a step there. Matchman. And Baliga that time had position. And the ball fell to Kuzmic. He does look a little beleaguered now. Look at this, look at this. Oh no, it's just ball bounced out to Kuzmic. So Baliga goes and takes a seat. Burns comes back in. He was fairly effective in the first half. Kuzin comes in from Melli. Really trying to keep the intensity up on defense. Marjanovic has come back in for Serbia. Milosavljevic gets in the lane, puts it up.
Italy calls, I believe it was our first timeout of the second half. Messina will still have 2 to depend on the rest of the way.
So imagine if Serbia go on to win this game, you know, the 4th year in a row with Djordjevic at the helm, where they will have gotten at least as far as the semifinals in a major tournament.
Well, he's definitely a great coach. He also has a great coaching staff. I mean, these guys are so passionate about what they do. And they seem to really get everything out of every player. I mean, we haven't really talked about today the fact that this is probably not even close to the best Serbian team they could possibly have. No Teodosic, no Jokic, you know, Rebliga, all those different guys who aren't here.
Kalinic,
yeah,
no Kalinic, no, yeah.
So these are all guys who wouldn't usually get it in it for the Serbian national team, yet they're doing their job. They're doing what they're supposed to do, and they're getting it done.
You talked about the assistants, Jovica Antonic and Miroslav Nikolic. So yeah, and he's picked his assistants, and you know, this is kind of old hat now for Djordjevic. It's the 4th time in a row, and when you look back and remember they lost to the semifinals of the EuroBasket back in 2015 to Lithuania, and then they fell in the 3rd place game, the bronze medal game, to France. But they just they have experience, and even with the guys not here, they still have experience. And Burns gets the ball, gets fouled, gets whacked on the hand. So he will go to the line. Second foul, Marjanovic. What's this? Oh, no, he took it in the nose. Yeah, he got him in the face.
In slow motion, doesn't look too painful, but imagine getting slapped by Marjanovic.
Yeah, you can see eyes watering a little bit.
Still able to make the free throw.
Made both. Got to be tough. Under 7 minutes. 90%, Italy 9 of 10. Italy not taking as many as Serbia, though. They're 19 of 20. Shot clock winding down. You would think Italy would not want to commit the foul late. And Matchman launches one badly. Look at that, Lucic hustles in and gets the rebound.
And he makes so many of those kind of plays.
13 offensive rebounds now for Serbia. And Jovic drives in.
Again, another opportunity here.
They get it back again, indeed. And Burns scrapping away, and now a foul called on Italy. Just got to admire the tenacity of Serbia.
Yeah, Marjanovic.
Jovic just kind of, was he passing or did he drop it?
Yeah, 3 guys in close proximity.
Djordjevic is saying there should be a foul.
But if you're Marjanovic, you kind of want to take a power step and just dunk it. So an extended possession here for Serbia, using up a lot of clock.
17 second chance points for Serbia, make it 19.
Just think about it, they probably used about a minute of clock on that possession.
And Bellinelli hits a 3. So stop the rot with that one, and he gets it back to 10. But can Italy get a stop? Can they force a turnover? It hasn't happened enough. Bellinelli now with 14 points. And boy, Milosavljevic missed badly. And then that's surely, is that flirting with an unsportsmanlike? I know he's going for the ball.
He went for the
but
ball.
Just the impact was quite heavy, wasn't it?
He actually got a lot of the ball as well. Some momentum carried Bellinelli out of bounds.
So it's okay to hit somebody like a freight train as long as you get your hand on the ball? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
To be fair, Bellinelli didn't complain, so.
Yeah, and also I think a lot of referees will make, if Bellinelli would fall in hard,
yeah, maybe you
slam
got
to the ground. He kind of just carried himself into the referee.
Bellinelli comes in.
So we haven't called on Feloy's name very much in the second half.
Italy kind of in must-make territory now, aren't they? Feloy, oh, he had Marjanovic behind him, so he passed it back out. Datome, little flota. And Matchman slams the ball down, and it goes out of bounds.
Fortunate there.
They call the timeout. So back to an 8-point deficit. We did see Varnsevich of Russia get called for a technical foul for that very type of situation, didn't we? Back in the Asian part of Istanbul in the group stage.
You just got to keep it composed in the fourth quarter. You see there, just 11 assists, 6 turnovers though for Italy, so taking care of the ball. Serbia a little bit more sloppy.
Kuzin, Meli 5 da tome 4. Budura, Mačvan. Stvari, ajmo napadnemo, sačekaj. Da napadnemo dole. Iz jedan dole flash. Iz jedan dole flash. Ne, gledaj.
Marco, Arje. Se vediamo che loro vengono qui, abbiamo Nicolò, Gigi aperto per un tiro qua, e se no i 2 tiratori, chiaro? Devi andare con uno shot.
Datome passes up on a 3, gets it to the lane. Nice little floater over Marjanovic. Not easy to do that. 2 former members, well, 1 former member, 1 current member of the Detroit Pistons.
15 points for Datome makes him the leading scorer. Now Bellinelli with 14. 12 apiece for Bogdanovic and Matchvan. And Marjanovic has 10. Lucic has 9 for Serbia. Bogdanovic puts up a 3. Oh boy, not what you want to see happen if you're Italy. Boy, you want to see more of that if you're Serbia. That was a dagger. Back up to an 11-point lead.
He's just been a fourth quarter player in most of these games.
And look, and Hackett had the layup, and he could not believe he shot it over the rim. He has to go to the line and earn just to make 2.
He's right there.
But this is what happens, you know, you're out there playing hard on defense. Do you think that's a little bit of weariness, or did he just miss it?
I also think it's the Kuzmic effect. And so many of those shots have been blocked at the rim.
Look at the Italian fans. Look, Mom. I'm on TV. 4 points for Hackett. Makes both, so minimize the damage. Italy could do with a turnover. Serbia, will they punish them? Kuzmic in again. 4 fouls on Serbia, 2 on Italy. Bogdanovic gets to the rim, puts it up. Wow.
And he's starting to take over. That's 9 points now in the 4th quarter for Bogdanovic.
I was just saying he had 12 points, he's got 17. And that's off.
Out of bounds. Serbia ball.
4 minutes remaining. Look at this. I think of all the threes that we've seen him make and all the plays, I mean, this is one of the more impressive plays.
He really has so much to his offensive game. See him now playing off the ball, coming off the single double screens.
I'll be a Kings fan this year. I'm excited to see him play.
Definitely.
And Itch takes a little bit of a bump. And
Kuzmic
just not gonna let that ball be grabbed by Italy.
Number 7, Gigi Tapone. Third personal foul.
Too much height, too big. And 4 defenders there scrapping away.
Persistent, you know. It's one thing to have it, but you got to keep getting after it. Both Kuzmic, he's bricked that free throw. He stays after it. 3:40 to go. Clock is now very definitely the enemy of Italy. Serbia closing in on a spot in the semifinals. Semifinal against Russia, a rematch. I'm sure Australia, if they're watching this, they'll remember how Serbia are the second time around after a loss. And Australia beat them at the Olympics in the preliminary round, and Serbia beat them in the semifinals.
Great
and now the
defense.
interception, and Matchman, and gets rejected. And Hackett and Matchman have words.
Well, honestly, great play there from Hackett.
Yeah.
Didn't pick up on sportsmanlike. He prevented the dunk.
Look at this.
He contested.
Yeah, he knocked it out of his hands.
He got a lot of the ball.
A 12-point advantage for Serbia. Messina's not feeling like his team's getting the rub of the calls tonight.
Vi invito di trovare un buon tiro, ragazzi, non il primo tiro del cazzo nel campo. Avete 24 secondi per portarveli a spasso. Io di la Madonna.
15 offensive rebounds for Serbia. That's been the story tonight.
I mean, the fact that Italy's only been able to have 18 total rebounds is quite telling of the style of the game. You know, Serbia's size a little bit too much for Italy to deal with, and again, they're just shooting 8 of 27 from 3, 30%.
This would be like the most unlikely of stories if Serbia were to go on and win this title, wouldn't it? Coming in with so many players missing. I mean, it would be a tribute, not just to those players and the coach, but to Serbian basketball, about how they're able to put not just a competitive team on the floor, but a great team on the floor.
Yeah, and obviously, population-wise, not one of the bigger countries in Europe, but rich basketball tradition. Very, very good technical programs, great youth programs.
Do you remember Djordjevic saying after their first win, I've never been any prouder than one of these Serbia teams that I've coached than I was of this team today. How they fought.
Yeah, he's talked about it
against Latvia.
He's mentioned the fact that they don't have, you know, a lot of those big name stars.
So it makes 1 of 2. So Hackett maybe a tad unlucky to have that foul called. Messina thought it shouldn't have been a foul. 13 points deficit. 3 minutes remaining.
Again, these are 2 of the 3 best defensive teams we've seen in EuroBasket in terms of points allowed.
Deloy for 3.
Behind Spain. So we expected this kind of game.
They just can't get rebounds against Serbia. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
I mean, it has been domination. It hasn't been for lack of effort.
Much run in the post.
I mean, 41 rebounds for Serbia, 18 for Italy. It has just been an exercise in futility from that standpoint for the Azzurri. And look at
another
that.
one. That's just, you know, long shot, long rebound. Nice hesitation, and 1.
And that's it. Bogdanovic as Serbia turned the screw. And remembering how Italy got to the quarterfinals at the last EuroBasket and couldn't quite get the job done against Lithuania. They're looking down the barrel right now. It's in a game like this, you know, we're wondering, they seem to be doing okay without Danilo Gallinari. You know, his size, his scoring, his shooting, you know, but especially his size and ability to rebound the ball.
Obviously broke his hand in a international friendly with Italy over the summer.
Yeah, playing against the Netherlands. And up ahead to Lucic, and he goes up for the two-handed dunk.
Falls awkwardly. Oh no, this could be.
Yeah, he doesn't. Hopefully he's all right. He's the kind of player that's never that far away from an injury, Lucic. He plays tough. Probably if he had to do that one all over again, he wouldn't have gone up for the dunk. Italy called timeout, trailing now 79-61. This one has just been an exercise in Serbia getting on top early, and it's extremely difficult to catch up to it.
Yeah, you see that 14 more field goals in the paint for Serbia, and we can't talk about it enough. The size advantage and domination.
Yeah, I honestly do not think it's not an issue of effort.
Hey.
They've been killed so many times by Kuzmic. Look at who's grabbed the offensive rebounds. So Kuzmic has 4 offensive rebounds. 3 for Milosavljevic.
See the dunk there by Lucic.
Lucic.
I think he just twisted his elbow on his way down, trying to protect himself. That's always one of the scariest sights for a basketball player. When you dunk the ball, your momentum carries you kind of out of the way, and your fingers slip off there.
It's kind of why they allow you to hang on the rim now, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying, yeah, all those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, Matsman has a couple as well. So you've got 5 players with 2 or more rebounds. In fact, you got 4 players with 3 or more offensive rebounds.
Yeah, it's coming from everywhere.
The pressure as well. And this time, Bellinelli goes up and draws the foul from Kuzmic. So you feel for the Italians, you feel for Italian basketball, really, because they've really made a concerted effort. I remember hoping maybe this was going to be their year to get to the podium. Certainly Djordjevic thought they had a chance. He was not looking forward to this one in terms of knowing the competitive zeal that the Italians have. Felt like they were going to be fired up for it. They were dangerous. They've come out ready and focused, Serbia.
Don't forget, semi-final matchup, a rematch of a Group D game between Serbia and Russia. Serbia is able to close this out. That was a great game, a 1-point game in that 4th quarter with 7 minutes to go, and then Russia was able to just hold off Serbia. In that game, Shved had his 22 points, right around the average. Bogdanovic 19, so that matchup will be one to watch yet again. This time for a spot in the finals on the line.
Could deny that time from Melli. 16-point deficit. Played to the last second if you're Italy. going to get a shot off. And Serbia not making it easy. And they haven't made it easy all game. So Serbia will get ready for the semifinal against Russia, and they will not be able to rebound it as well against Russia as they have against Italy. Size is not as much an issue with Russia.
There's again now Bogdanovic getting in on the offensive rebounds.
If you look back at when Russia played the last time in rebounding, Serbia had 28 rebounds and 31 rebounds for Russia.
It was pretty even.
So they matched them on the boards.
Don't forget the Mozgov-Marjanovic matchup.
Yep.
That one, Boban had 19.6 rebounds, Mozgov 11 and 8. That was a very even battle throughout. Neither team able to really build a sizable lead.
And the other semifinal will be Slovenia and Spain. So I'm sure none of these teams are looking that far ahead. They're just looking at what's in front of them. And Bogdanovic leads the game as well as Kuzmic, who the second consecutive game has been big for Serbia. And Lucic as well. Lucic has been terrific for the effort that he continues to bring to whatever team he plays for. Sure, Dusan Ivkovic, as you see at Torrey Messina, you know, this will be it for him. He says he's going to continue coaching, serving on the bench of Greg Popovich and San Antonio, so will not be coaching the team during the FIBA Basketball World Cup windows, which tip off in November, and then they will be played in February. So it'll be interesting to see who Italy named as his successor. Maybe Josh could do it. Can you do it, Josh?
I speak 0 words of Italian.
Well, you can say
those huddles where a lot of Italians being discussed.
You can say arrivederci or ciao.
That's exactly what's happening to this Italian team right now. They put Abbas into the game. Interestingly enough, we saw him in warm-ups last few days. He was hitting 10 consecutive threes and didn't really get a chance to play much in the tournament.
But we got to be clear. I mean, Italy have come and they've battled. They've really come out and fought hard after the disappointment of last summer. They played at the Olympic qualifying tournament, came oh so close to reaching the Rio de Janeiro Olympics, and they've come out and they've fought hard and they've really acquitted themselves well. They don't need to be hanging their heads.
No, Serbia was just better tonight, tougher, again more methodical.
And another foul. And Messina, even though the game is over, Messina is still coaching. And the player that he coaches the most, I would say, in this Italian team is Ariel Faloi. I think he's enjoyed that assignment because Faloi, perhaps a surprise for a lot of people making it. Born in Argentina, but moved to Italy at a young age to learn his basketball. Played for the junior teams. Played in the Basketball Champions League last year, reached the Final Four, had a great year with Venezia, who won the title as well in Italy. So there are some nice stories in this Italian team. And I'm sure they will come back strong in November. So Burns lays it up, and that will be it. 83-67. Serbia beat Italy to advance to the semifinals, And you can see the coaches congratulating each other. Tough night for Italian basketball. Once again, it's Serbia winning it by 16. Came in with a lot of questions, and every time a player announcement came out that this player wasn't continuing or that player wasn't going to be able to make it, Coach Georgievich said, our goals remain the same. They haven't changed. Their goal is to go all the way at the EuroBasket. And they're trying to get Serbia's first ever title at the EuroBasket as Serbia. I'm talking about Yugoslavia as Serbia. There you got the numbers.
Yeah, you see the stats again. Italy just won 3-quarter in that second half. Well, we will circle that rebounding differential plus 25 for Serbia. Just so dominant. You know, we always talk about size advantage, but if you don't take advantage of your size, it's not really a size advantage. It's because you have taller guys. These guys actually played big today. Also 4 blocks showing you that rim protection. Bogdanovic started slow but finished strong. 22 points for him. Also had a few assists. Bellinelli, not one of his better games, unable to deliver 3-point shots. Just had one, and you see these fans loving Bogdan Bogdanovic, appreciating what he's done for them, delivering the EuroLeague title.
He was just hugging there, Dejan Tomašević, the former Serbia national team star. And those are the scoring numbers. You miss somebody, forget about it. Next guy plays, everybody plays hard, they play together, and you just go out there with supreme confidence as Serbia. And we'll touch on the point that they will face Russia again. Do you see either team having an advantage the second time around?
Well, it's interesting. Usually when a team faces another team in a rematch, especially in the tournament, you know, the winning team feels confident because they know they can beat them. But the losing team then is kind of more determined to, you know, retaliate and get that revenge factor kind of going. So, you know, those two teams are so even in so many ways. They have star guards.
Yeah.
You know, they have big guys inside. They have a lot of size, a lot of versatility. It's just really about who brings their A game on that day. Semifinals, sometimes guys don't show up. So it will be interesting. It will be great. I believe that game will be tipping off on Friday night. Yep, Friday night at 9:30 local time in Istanbul.
They will come out with a different way of playing. I'm trying to remember, what was it that Shved had?
He had 22 points in that game.
He had 22. Yeah, I would tend to give the advantage to Serbia, but just again remembering how they will come up with a game plan.
Right. Well, that game, Kurbanov was a major factor. 11.7 rebounds off the bench for Russia.
Both teams with a great opportunity, though. I mean, I think it's wide open. I think even Slovenia could go out and beat Spain.
Yeah,
no question.
No question. I mean, these last 4 teams in, they're not here by accident. Obviously, we know that Spain is still probably the favorite, but they've shown a little bit of vulnerability. Not very invincible.
Well, they've
last few games.
3 of the 4 EuroBaskets. Ricky Rubio is not quite as quick. Have you noticed that? He's bigger.
He's bigger. He's stronger.
I wouldn't say he's slowed down much, but yeah, he's not. He doesn't fly in transition the way that he used to.
I think the Spain are going to get hurt with a shortage of wing players.
Well,
Sastre
showed something yesterday. His ability to, first of all, guard Schroeder and also knock down the outside shot. Santa Materio, obviously, and then Juancho Hernan Gomez. I don't think we've seen the best of him. He is a phenomenal talent. But Doncic, 27 points last night. Put on a show for the fans.
18 years of age.
18 years of age. Using this stage as welcoming, man, almost.
So Serbia, there you see Messina, congratulatory hug to Georgievich. And Serbia, you just have to tip your hat to them. They just keep it moving. So one final time, Serbia win at 83-67. And you and I can now go start studying for those semifinal matchups. I'm sure we're going to do it right now, right after we leave the broadcast. All right? Okay. That's it, Josh. For Josh Davis, I'm Jeff Taylor. Thanks for watching, everybody. You've been watching the EuroBasket. And the winners today, once again, were Russia over Greece and Serbia over Italy.